back there.
You know what? I had five scarves. Now I only see three.
Uh-oh. Well, you get it together. I know you will. Ruth, you have a very serious look on your face tonight.
I am trying not to
To
cough,
cough.
actually.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
yes,
So,
yes. Well,
yes.
I won't bother you then because I'm in the same spot trying to do the same thing. I do have
Oh,
my
you're
Uh-oh.
kidding? No, I've got like vapor rub and cough drops and
Oh, you
water. So,
you
yeah.
Oh,
stink. You stink.
Thank you. Yes.
yes, yes. Don't you?
Hey, whatever works. So, as
That's
long as I
right.
don't cough.
That is exactly right. We're going to get you to talk tonight too about why, what made you write the book, and we're going to explain some other things. And Victoria, that's your part in bringing uh, uh, Ruth. Ruth has done so many things. I have difficulty figuring out what her name is tonight.
It's all right. It's all right.
So
All
after
right,
I finish
everybody.
my part.
We
Okay.
ready, Alan?
Time to roll. You're open.
All right,
All
roll.
right. Thank
You
you,
have a
sir.
great show. All right.
Thank you.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Authors Up. Welcome, welcome. Look, we got somebody's popped in already. How you doing, Tamika? Good evening to you. Glad to have you with us tonight. Linda Cooks, look at there. To you, Linda. Glad to see you. Glad to see your name coming up, girl. And I say welcome to my co-host tonight. Welcome to
Welcome.
Victoria Henderson Poole. Hello, Queenie. How are you?
Doing all right.
And good evening to you, Miss Ruth. How are you doing?
I am well. I'm better than last week. So,
Oh,
Well,
good, good, good.
okay. All right.
We've all been kind of battling coughs and whatever else is coming around, but we got our water and all manner of
Yep.
medicinal kinds of things to
yeah.
Yep.
keep us keep us rocking and rolling tonight. So we're just glad to be here. I am excited. I'm excited about what we're doing tonight. I'm excited about where we are headed. I'm just excited about a whole lot of things tonight.
Hmm.
And we're going to start like we usually do. And we're going to start with our week in review. And I want to go first.
All
I
All
want to
right.
right.
go first.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I
Go ahead.
want to go first because I am excited, excited, excited. I'm excited about two things, actually. I'm excited that on Monday I got all of my comments in on the book.
Oh.
Beta readers have sent me their comments and they were loving the book, and that makes me feel so good, good, good,
See.
good, good. So
See.
I am happy about that. It's almost time for final edit and cover and all that good stuff. But the hardest part is out of the way. My,
Yay.
my heart can begin to beat again in a steady rhythm. So I don't have to be anxious about that part. That part is over and done. And I'm
See.
glad about it. And my thank you to all of those who were gracious enough to do the beta read and give me such kind words and kind comments. So I am really, really excited about that.
I
And
would like to I'm not usually a I told you so person, but in this case, I do
Thank
want
you.
to
Thank you,
revel
Ruth.
in that. I told you it
Thank
was
you.
good. So
Thank you.
we're
Yes,
just going to go from there. So,
And if
Yes,
you
you
didn't
did.
say it, I was gonna say it. So thank you.
yes, you did. Yes, you did. And I'm okay. I'm not gonna talk about that anymore because I'm gonna get to a real crazy place. So, thank you very much, and thank you, Victoria, for being a beta reader and for being so kind with
I
all
loved
of
it.
that.
Loved it. Loved it. I can't wait to get it into readers' hands.
Yes, yes, me too. I'm excited to see what Ruth comes up with a cover design.
Yes. Yes.
we'll find out.
We'll find out.
I know you'll be happy with it. I know you'll be happy. I'm happy with all my
Always,
covers.
always. Now, my second piece of good news is that my step tracker is tracking.
All right.
Didn't know what was happening with that for a minute, but I tell you what I have done. I've been following my little path in my house. Pandora and I have become great friends, and we got a little routine going.
Okay.
And I hit my goal every day but one.
All right.
And one day I even got over 9,000 steps. So I am
Oh,
really, really happy.
you fixed that thing.
Yeah, tell you what, I am Fitbitting it and step tracking it, and I feel good about it. I feel good that I am meeting my goals once again, and I thank you for the push, ladies, because you
All
always
right. All right.
good push. Now, Victoria, we're going to talk about your week in review. And
Okay.
do you wanna start or end with your? Let's start with your
We
voting
can start
process.
because my week I haven't had any great grand wonderful thing happen to the week, but I
Okay.
made it once again.
Okay. Ooh, what happened there, Ruth? Oh,
Sorry, there was a glitch there.
Okay. Well,
I thought you.
Yeah.
We're
Thought
gonna
you
keep it
put your
moving.
Baptist finger up and decided to leave. I don't know what.
No, I had to go get my phone in case I needed to do like the
Oh,
hotspot.
wait.
I'm like,
Did the rapture happen and we didn't make it?
oh yeah.
Behave, Queen Victoria. Behave.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, Alan, I think you've got something that you want to put up for us for Miss Victoria. Yes, I
I'm
love that.
excited. I'm excited.
Yes, I am excited for you. Tell the folk all about
All
it.
right, I have been nominated. I've been pushing it out on my Facebook page since December. I've been nominated Radio Personality of the Year by I Am Her International, and I'm excited. I've figured out what I Am Her means. Her is, I think, it's healed, empowered, resilient.
Okay.
HER International, yes. And the voting is open. I have to share the link for that because I don't think it's on the flyer. But
Okay.
the voting is open until December 20th, and then the awards show is actually in March, where the winners will be announced. And I'm excited about it because not just for myself, but for all of us, because it will bring attention to Authors Up.
Yes,
And so I'm just excited for all of us to be in a category such as this.
let me ask, where is the celebration going to be held in March?
It's in Atlanta, Georgia, and I opted not to go in person, so
Okay.
I will be joining on a virtual show.
Okay. Okay.
But you
And
have
the
to be
other thing that I wanted you to find out for us, because sometimes you can vote more than once. You can't
right.
vote more than once in the same day, but you can't vote more than once. So, do you know yet whether that's
I did not find that out, but I will.
okay?
I will.
Okay.
I think
All right.
what's next week? I think we'll have one more week to vote. Yeah,
I think I've been able to click on it more than once.
once.
So
Okay.
just go back. No, I think I've been more than once. So just
Oh,
go
okay.
keep
All
going
right.
back.
Well, yes, well, thank you, Ruth.
Okay. Good deal. Good deal. Good deal. Well, thank you for that. Thank you for that, Alan. Appreciate that.
And
And
that
I
is
tell you,
about it. That's about it.
that's a lot.
That's
I
a
mean,
lot. It's a lot.
that
That's
is
a lot.
huge. That's huge. That's huge. And I am I'm
Thank
excited for
you.
you. I'm excited for
Yeah,
you.
yeah. The
Another win,
journal came
another
out.
win. We want another win.
We want another win. I know. Still working on the journal. I really don't know how the sales are going, but I'm going to have some copies. We ordered some copies for myself that I'll have, so I'll be able to sign about 10 copies and sell as a bundle. So hopefully it'll get here in time for Christmas. So, whew, a lot going on at one time.
Yes, 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 yes. But that is good, good, good. So, Miss Ruth, how was your week?
I am doing better.
Good.
We'll just leave it at that because I pretty much spent all last week in bed. So
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I've been slowly making my way, from the bed to the couch and then from the couch to the office. So yeah,
Mhm, mhm.
yeah.
Have you been excited about Full of Grace?
Of course, of course. This story has been with me for years now, and just to hear others, read the lines that I wrote, that's just exciting to me.
and I was gonna ask you that. How does it feel to have your story come to life like this? I'm tickled pink, so you might tickle something other color.
Oh, okay. It is exciting. It is. I mean, again, it's just I've lived with these characters. I know these words, and it's just to hear someone else say them is just
Yes.
really exciting.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
Mhm.
I'm going to
Thank you.
uh Victoria, I'm going to uh take you out for a little
Bye
bit.
bye bye.
And I wanted Ruth to go on, and there's something that I wanted
Mm,
you to talk about in regard to the first act and the prayer that Mary prays when she
mhm.
is making a point of saying, that she wanted to be used by Adonai in that way. Tell me a little bit about that, because I didn't understand that, but that prayer is very significant. So tell us about that.
Absolutely, and that's actually one of the things that inspired me to write this book. So,
Mm,
um, I had I don't remember why I was actually studying it, but I had learned that, during the end of the BC era, young Jewish girls would pray every day that they might become the mother of the Messiah. So that was part of their upbringing.
mhm,
So it was significant that Mary was, she wasn't just chosen at random, and she wasn't surprised, and that's what I think that we see in the scripture. If the thought of the Messiah is not there, I think she would have been more surprised. She would have been like, oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting this. But to her it was just like, oh, okay, God is answering my prayer. And I thought that that had to make itself into the book, and that's why that prayer was so significant. Back then, that is what they were asking of God. We may say today, "Oh, I wanna be used of God." Back then, they were very specific.
mhm.
"Oh, that I might be the mother of the Messiah."
Wow, wow.
Mhm.
I tell you what, it's always when I read Ruth's books, I know she's done her due diligence, and
Thank you.
if there is, it is all purposeful. I think that's what I
Mhm,
want to say.
mhm,
That if there is something that seems a little odd, or seems like, gee,
mhm.
what is that about? You can trust going back and asking Ruth, tell me why this is significant, and she is going to be able to do exactly that. She's going to
Oh,
be able to tell
absolutely.
you why. So
Mhm.
I think it's about time for us to get started right about now.
Absolutely.
And where are we opening up tonight, Ruth?
So tonight, Mary has been, so in the first act, we introduced Mary and her parents, and, obviously she had a visitation from the angel. Found out she was pregnant, but her parents were not happy about it. And I think that that is the part that I really wanted to convey in the story, is the humanity of it. It's not always about miracles and angels and all of that. What do you do after the miracle? So she found out her parents were not happy with it, and they were sending her to Elizabeth's house to
Okay,
deal with it. So that's where we start today.
here we are. We're going into Act Two of Full of Grace.
knew gardening would be so hard when you're with child. Ah, Adonai, you are so great.
Aunt Elizabeth?
Mary, is that you?
Yes.
Oh, my dear. Imagine the mother of my Lord in my house. You are blessed among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb. You know, when the sound of your greeting reached my ears, the baby leaped for joy inside of me. You are blessed, don't you know? Because you believed, you are blessed. And now you will see fulfilled what Adonai has spoken. Just wait.
Oh, I do. I await his fulfillment because he has made his favor obvious. People from all ages will say, I have attained the blessing of the heavens, and they will make my name supreme because Adonai's name is sacred. His words persist through the ages. To those who fear him, he has helped Israel, just as he spoke to Abraham and his descendants, and fulfilled his promise for the Messiah through me.
Adonai is great, isn't he? They
Yes.
called me barren, but now I am going to be a mother. Oh, but listen to me go on and on like an old cow. Look at you. You've grown up to be such a beautiful woman and favored too. Surely your father and mother are proud. There must be a husband now too, right? Where are they? You know what? Let's get you settled. I'm sure you're tired after the trip. Come, come.
And so Mary does just that, acclimating herself to her aunt and uncle's house. That evening, Mary explains everything to her aunt, anxious to get it out of her heart. In response, Elizabeth simply offers her a warm smile and tells her everything will work out the way Adonai had intended. Mary doesn't see how, but she trusts her aunt's words and rests easily that night. The next day,
How did you sleep, my dear?
Good. Though you should have woken me up earlier. I never sleep in this late.
Well, you were tired. You need your rest now more than ever. Have you eaten? I left a plate for you on the table.
No, not yet.
Well, come on.
Where's Uncle Zachariah?
He's at the synagogue.
What? Mother said he was senile.
It's good to know the gossip circles are still going strong. Your mother knows better than to believe everything she hears.
Is that why you didn't say that you anything about being with child?
Well, I'll answer your questions, but you just eat. I do not want to send you back to your mother emaciated. Eat. Well, last year, your uncle's lot to serve fell on the feast of Festival of Tabernacles. He traveled to Jerusalem and got ready. It was there that an angel visited him and said, your wife Elizabeth shall bear a son, and you will call his name John. You will have joy and gladness, and many will rejoice at his birth.
Elizabeth continued to tell Mary about all that the angel had said to Zechariah about their son, that he would be great, filled with the Holy Spirit, and all he would do to make ready a people prepared for the Lord. She told her Zechariah asked the angel how he could know this. The man answered, I am Gabriel, who stands in the presence of Adonai. I have been sent to speak to you, to give you this good news.
You must understand, Zechariah had prayed for a long time without any response. and I had ceased my monthly flow. It seemed as if Adonai had forsaken us, but I suppose there's never any good reason to doubt Adonai's word. The angel told him because he didn't believe, he would be mute and deaf until the day these things happen. And that's exactly what has occurred.
I bet the people waiting for him to come out of the tabernacle were worried.
Well, you know how people are, always in need of something to talk about. And Zechariah gave him that when he came out of the Holy of Holies, unable to speak or hear. Some said he had seen a miracle, but others simply chose to believe he had gone senile. He finished up his work and he came home. He couldn't tell me what happened, but he wrote down what he could and left the rest to Adonai. I think that's the moment when my faith came back to life. I wanted everything he said, and I set my heart to it. And when I found out that I was with child, it was the happiest moments of our lives.
Why didn't you send word then?
What did your mother say when you told her? She didn't believe you, right?
No, she didn't.
Well, it's all right. I don't begrudge her. Sometimes we just have to shut out the gossipers and let our faith overtake us. Adonai will fill us with enough grace to deal with the naysayers so that when the time is right, they will have no choice but to believe. That's why I said nothing and stayed hidden. I knew no one would believe without evidence. Does that make any sense?
Yes, Aunt.
All right. I've told you enough stories for now. Finish eating.
Mary grew accustomed to the ways of her aunt and uncle, who still served in the synagogue. She didn't see him that often, but she knew where he could be found in his study, poring over the laws and the words of Adonai. They went to synagogue together on the Sabbath, and while Zechariah made preparations for the devotions, Mary joined the other women in an overflow room in the back of the sanctuary.
Elizabeth,
Cousin.
how are you feeling?
Oh, big, but well, what would you expect?
Is that Anna's daughter Mary over there? She has certainly grown up.
Yes, she has. She's expecting her first child.
That is wonderful. And her husband, how is he?
Well, he's back in Nazareth. Mary is staying with me for a short time so I could teach her and prepare her for childbirth.
Aren't you getting ahead of yourself? You've not had your first child yet.
I raised you, didn't I, cousin?
You'd like to think you did. In fact, you take credit for raising most of the young ones here in the country, in the hill country, if we let you.
Now you stop telling lies, especially in the house of Adonai.
I guess Mary really couldn't have a better teacher than you.
Well, I want Mary to join us. Zechariah will be serving today. We can watch from here.
Elizabeth took her role seriously and did what she could to teach and encourage her niece. But she had to admit some days were harder than others.
Are we going to rest all day? Tell me what's wrong, child. Are you ill?
No more than usual.
Well, talk to me, my niece.
Aunt, I'm grateful that you opened your home to me, but I'm supposed to be in Nazareth, getting ready for Joseph, not hiding from him. I'm supposed to be celebrating this pregnancy, enjoying the blessings and honor Adonai bestowed on me, not hiding them from the world. Everything is out of order. This is just not the way things are supposed to be.
Life is not always as we think it should be. Since the days of Abraham, many have tried to annihilate our people, but we are still here. When you are favored and graced of Adonai, His strength and mercy are available to us for our survival. Look at me. Because I am still here, I have lived to see the day when the stigma of barrenness was removed from me. I know this situation is not ideal for you, but there's no precedent for it either. We can't say this is how it should be. However, we can decide with Adonai's grace to live long enough to see the end of what he started. You believed, now see it through.
As the time for her aunt's delivery drew near, Mary helped the other family members with the preparation. Her uncle continued his studies, though he remained close to the house for Elizabeth's sake. And just as Elizabeth's love was evident in her face, so was his love for her. Mary found herself contemplating that kind of love, allowing herself to think about Joseph, to imagine him as Zachariah, still in love with the wife of his youth after many years of marriage. Mary had written to her mother, asking to come home, but her mother had denied her request. Mary was disappointed. But as her pregnancy continued, she decided she couldn't lose hope. She was, after all, chosen for greatness.
I've never seen anyone daydream so much. Look at her over there.
Leave her alone, Rona. She takes everything in, unlike you, who talks too much.
Maybe you should stay off of your feet, Elizabeth.
Well, I feel better when I walk.
Well, you better get your rest now while you can, because you're going to need it, chasing a little one around at your age.
Well, I thought that's what you all were here for, to help me.
No, that's what you have young Mary here for.
No. Mary is here to learn. She'll be embracing her own little one soon.
Elizabeth? What's wrong?
The baby.
What? Oh, okay. Mary, come walk with Elizabeth while I go find the midwife.
Hurry.
Hurry.
While the midwife prepared for the birth, Mary kept step with Elizabeth. There were few words between them, and this was fine with Mary, as she was unsure of how to comfort Elizabeth. When time came for Elizabeth to give birth, she stepped out of the way and let the more experienced women take over. Zachariah and Elizabeth had once been called childless, but now they were parents. They were parents to a healthy baby boy. Preparations were made for the child's circumcision and dedication to Adonai. Family and friends came into town to attend the event, and as everyone gathered in the synagogue, only one thing bothered Elizabeth: the fact that even though the angel's words were fulfilled in her son's birth, Zachariah still had not recovered his senses. He was still deaf and dumb.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our Adonai, King of the universe, who has sanctified us with your commandments. Command us to take him to enter into this covenant of Abraham, our father.
As he has entered into the covenant, so may he be introduced to the study of Torah, to the wedding canopy, and to good deeds.
Creator of the universe, may it be yours will to regard and accept this performance of circumcision, as if thou had brought this baby before the glorious throne, and in your abundant mercy, through your holy angel, give a pure and holy heart to the child Zachariah.
His name is John.
There's no one by that name in the family. His name should be Zachariah, after his father.
No, his name is John. That's what the angel said, and that's what he should be called.
Angels? Do you really believe the ramblings of an old man?
They were not ramblings. We were commanded to name him John.
What is the child's name?
Zachariah, what would you name the boy?
His name is John. His name is John. His name is John. Thank you, Adonai. Praise be to you. You have come to your people and redeemed them. Help us to raise this child wisely. Give him strength and help him grow up in the trust of you and perceive you at the appointed time of the year. Send the Messiah speedily and Prophet Elijah as well, so that your covenant can be fulfilled with the reestablishment of the throne of King David.
And with that, the hush that had spread over the room was lifted. Everyone moved forward, talking at once, wanting to know what manner of child this was, that Adonai's hand should rest so strongly on him. A celebration followed at the home of Zachariah and Elizabeth, and all marveled at the work Adonai was doing, but none more than Mary, who watched with love and admiration, but also inspiration as the days passed.
John looks bigger today. It's hard to believe he was only born a few weeks ago.
As much as he eats, he ought to be growing.
John is a healthy eater.
Listen to you. That boy is going to be spoiled.
No, he isn't. He's a good boy. I will not dishonor Adonai by raising John any other way, but according to his law, especially after everything he's done for us.
I know, my love. I know. I was just joking. But you didn't come in here to talk about John, did you, Mary?
No, Aunt. I think it's time. I mean, I'm ready to go home.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Then we'll make the arrangements.
What about the fact that I'm dishonoring my parents by disobeying them? They sent me here for a specific reason.
My dear, this is bigger than your parents. It's bigger than us. Adonai has set his salvation in motion, and we cannot stand in the way. Though I am honored that he would allow you, the mother of our Lord, to be here, you need to be where his plan is. There is not a dishonor in that. In the following of Adonai.
Thank you, Uncle.
And so Mary returned to Nazareth. But she didn't get the happy reunion she imagined. Her parents chastised her return. But when Joseph got word that she was back, he rushed to her home, only to learn about her situation. Really, he didn't know what else to call it. With all her talk of angels and the Messiah, he was a good Jewish man who believed in Adonai, went to synagogue and prayed daily. But to believe his fiancée had been impregnated supernaturally, he had desired to take her as his wife, to build his life with her. But with Mary's admission of her pregnancy, her betrayal, her sin, the life he had imagined was gone. And so he left, leaving a heartbroken Mary behind.
Did you talk to him?
Joseph wouldn't speak with me. How's Mary?
asleep finally. The child would not stop crying. She expected Joseph to just accept everything she said. I just don't understand why she came back. She should have stayed with Elizabeth. She would have been safe.
It doesn't matter anymore.
No, it does matter. There must be something we can do.
It's out of our hands now, Anna. Joseph will decide Mary's fate now.
What would you do if you were Heli and Anna? Well, that concludes Act 2 of Full of Grace. And now let me introduce you to our cast, a brilliant cast of characters for tonight. We're going to start with Rona. Rona was played by Miss Aisha Stocks. And Elizabeth. Elizabeth was played by Victoria Henderson Poole. Heli was played by Maurice Griffin. Anna was played by Ruth Griffin. Zachariah played by Tyrone Williams. Mary was played by Vanessa Henderson. And our priest was played by Gregory Poole. I tell you what, I think that our actors did an amazing job tonight. And we're going to, Anna, looks like you want to say something. But
Yes, we forgot our illustrious narrator.
Our narrator was played by Andrea L. Hines.
That'd be me, y'all.
Yes.
We thank you for joining us tonight for Act 2 of Full of Grace. We know that you want to come back for the conclusion. The conclusion is next week, Act 3. You want to be here to see what happens, to see what new characters we have. And I did want to mention one thing. Rona over there in the corner, if you all remembered the cost of compromise that we did, that piece was written by Aisha Stocks. So we're glad to have her
Wonderful.
back.
Thank you.
And for lending her skills once again to Authors Up. So that's it for tonight, everybody. God bless you. Have an awesome week. And we hope to see you right here next week at 7 p.m. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Night.